What is up, everybody? Bull Gates from Crypto Analysis Trends. Today, we are going to talk about EMP.Money and Tomb Finance and what made Tomb so special and what made so many early people into Tomb millionaires. So let's jump right in. As you can see, my initial screen here is this lo-fi hip-hop mix. I'm new to the video making scene, so I've just been experimenting a little bit. This individual's got some pretty nice stuff. Go ahead and check it out. I'm going to leave it in the show notes. So do yourself a favor if you're looking for background music or anything, or something that's just pretty relaxing. Check out Stomp's playlist and this Lo-Fi Geek. Some pretty nice stuff. So without further ado, let's jump in and look at Tomb. We're going to go to the Tomb homepage, and I've got the docs loaded up right here. So what is Tomb? Tomb is not pegged to a stablecoin. It is instead pegged to Fantom. And this is where the power lies. So if it was pegged to a stablecoin, there's not a whole lot of movement with a stablecoin. And so there's not a lot of opportunity for growth. However, we're going to go back and we're going to look at the Fantom price in June. June of 2021 is right around this time right here is when Tomb.Finance launched in the middle of June. We can see that the price of Fantom was around 29 or 30 cents. Now, Tomb at that time actually, let's go back here and look, we can see as high as around $7. Most of these algo coins are fairly volatile in the first few days, and if you don't know what you're doing, you need to stay away until price drops down and stabilizes. But that being said, if we look here, you can see it comes down really, really rapidly. And so if you would have entered into the Tomb ecosystem at the end of June, you would have been right around that 29 cent, 30 cent mark, just where Fantom was at right about the same time. And so we can just simply look at the graph and say, okay, well, end of June, I got in at 29 cents. Boom. It made a run all the way up to close to $4 here. So if anybody's doing the math there, that it's a pretty big increase. And so you're looking at a 15x right there. So if you were in this protocol and you had created your Tomb Fantom pair, you would have been the recipient of price appreciation from the tokens themselves and the pairs. So your pair value would have went up 15x in value on both assets. And to boot, you would have made APR, or compounding or daily interest rate, all the way here. So if you were very good at forecasting and you sold out before Halloween, you could have stood to make, you could have made quite a big gain by just holding on, compounding, and then getting out of the protocol. And you would have stood to make a substantial amount of money. If we just pull up a calculator here, we can see, let's just say hypothetically you had put in $5,000, not accounting for any compounding, because I don't know what the interest rates were here. But if there are any questions about that, I can go back and we can do the math and we can look and see exactly what somebody would have had. Because if you would have been staying in here compounding, you would have had much greater number than this 5,000. But if we just look at this 15x that it would have done, we're talking about $75,000 on each pair. And so you would have been reaping interest along with that. So this number could have actually grown quite dramatically in a short amount of time. from the middle of the summer to Halloween could have made you a substantial amount of money, and it would have been a good play because the Fantom ecosystem was undervalued. It was growing. The fees on Ethereum were quite high, which forced a lot of people to come over here. So now, if we know anything about the algorithmic projects, they always have another native pair that is usually called a share. In the case of Tomb, it's called a T-share, and we can pull that up and we can see this same type of graph. So at the end of June, once again, let's call it $450 one T-share was. Now, your Fantom pairing with Tomb would have created a T-share. Now, the earlier you got in, the greater the appreciation you would have seen, or in the number of units of T-share that you would have produced, because there were very few people on the platform. But if we just take it up to Halloween, so let's say you had completely sold out of the platform, and remember, you would have got in at $450. $450, let's just call it 8,600. No, let's get to Halloween exactly. $7,600. $7,600 divided by 450. Here we are, another 17x. And now also this T-share could have been creating daily interest for you every day, creating you more Tomb, which you could have used to stack into Tomb Fantom pair and create more T-share. So the system, very elegantly built, amazingly effective, perfect timing in that it was able to take advantage of the price appreciation on the Fantom network and capital pouring into it. So I do have a little document here, a little Word doc, and you can see that T-shares grew tremendously in market value. If we just want to look at Tomb shares and the market cap, it went from basically, really a small amount, $150,000, all the way up to $835 million. That is an incredible increase. And look at this. Look at this parabolic line. Just an amazing jump. And like I said, if you would have held out and been able to time these market tops, just an incredible amount of money poured into this protocol. And why do I bring this up? Because we have to give respect to the original creation, and Tomb is the original project that started it all. And you can't deny that it was just an incredible project to come out at just the perfect time, and just the right people got into it. So why is that important for us? Well, it's important for us because we are into EMP.Money. And as we can see here, let's go back and check here again. I want to just try to point this out, just this gigantic difference here. T-shares, a $209 million market cap. Tomb, let's call it 195 million market cap. Now, EMP.Money, this is the same type of project as Tomb. It just happens that it's pegged to Ethereum. And the great thing about that is everybody knows that in the crypto space, Ethereum is the king. I know a lot of people might find that controversial, but there's more development, there is more innovation, there are more developers, there are a lot more projects that happen on Ethereum. And if it happens on Ethereum with EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine, it can be ported over to these other protocols. EMP.Money sits on Binance Smart Chain. And let's go ahead and go back to this chart I have here. Fantom has a $210 billion market cap. BNBChain, it just was renamed. Most people know it as the Binance Smart Chain, has a $320 billion market cap. So, pretty big difference, a 1.5x difference. Now, what does that mean for us at EMP.Money? Well, what it means is there's a potential for a lot of money to flow into this project. And as we can see, I mentioned with Tomb, the market cap was $196 million. EMP, $3.2 million. eShare, $672,000. T-Share, I believe, was $200 million. Let's go back here and check. $209 million. That is a 276x difference. EMP versus Tomb, a 58x difference. What does that mean? Well, what that means is if you're here right now early, you are sitting on a great opportunity. And nothing that happens in the past doesn't mean that it's going to happen in the future. So let's remember that. But in crypto, there are clone projects, and if a project is successful on one chain, it tends to get ported over to the other. The advantage EMP.Money has is that it sits on the BNBChain, which, as I pointed out, is 1.5 times larger in market cap, which means there is more money and usually bridges flowing to it. So that means theoretically that more people can get involved with this project. But as I mentioned earlier, the great thing about this is that you're early to this. You're a trailblazer, and with that, you're going to have a lot of opportunity to replicate the success that happened to the people that got involved with Tomb early. Can I promise that? No. Can I promise that this protocol is going to do that? No. But what we are looking for are those opportunities. You have to make your own decisions with what you're going to do with your own money and time. I would encourage you to always read as much documentation, ask as many questions before you put any money in any type of protocol. And because this is DeFi, it is riskier, but because of that, there is just more upside. So do yourself a favor. Join the EMP.Money community on Telegram. Join it on Discord. Get involved with the voice chats. Get involved with the people in the community. The vast majority of the community is really good and very active, and they want you to succeed and they want to help you. So use that as a resource. Use the developers as a resource. They've got an incredible amount of documentation. There's a ton of videos from different creators out there that can help you. So just take advantage of the opportunity that's here right now. Take advantage of all that information that's out there. But please do not invest in something that you don't understand. Allow yourself some time to think about what you're doing, because if you do that, you're going to make better decisions, and we want you to succeed. I'm just an investor myself here, but I want you to succeed. I want everybody that gets involved in crypto to do well, and you generally can do well if you put your time into it and you take your investment seriously. You don't, I like to tell people, you don't work for free in the real world. For people, don't work for free in crypto by throwing your money away because you don't understand something. If you don't understand, please ask those questions. I'm more than happy to answer any question you have. I want to help you, and I want to see you, I want to see you be able to, achieve what I've achieved, and we can do that, but we all have to work together to help one another. So, that being said, there's some serious stuff going on in the real world. Let's hope that gets resolved as quickly as possible with as little pain as possible. And remember, if you want a better world, be a better person. And, of course, that is subjective, but, just what your shortcomings are as a person. I have them too. So let's just all try to be better people and better to one another. So if you have any questions, post them down in the comments or get over to the Telegram, and we're going to be more than happy to help you out. So thank you for watching. If you like it, please hit that like button, hit subscribe if you find it helpful, hit the bell notification. I try to make a video or two every day. I'm going to be talking about more things like passive mining hardware, other types of projects that exist in the space. So I'm kind of all over the board. I've been doing this since 2013. This is, I think, my 5th video, so it's not great, but I am trying to improve. So help me help you by making suggestions about what I can do better. So wherever you're at in the world, be safe and have a good, day or night. So thank you for watching.